Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I hope you're all doing well. On my blog post a couple of weeks ago, I told you guys I was reading Homegoing by Yaa Gyasi. Yeah, I've heard so much about this book and I thought I had to get it for myself, of course. And so I thought today would be the perfect day to do the book review I promised you. I'm just gonna go and find a nice sunny spot to chill and tell you guys all about this book, so let's go. I do not have a tripod, I do not have a microphone, and so I don't know how bad this will sound. Please bear with me, guys. I mean, humble beginnings, right? So, what did I think about this book? Disclaimer, guys, I'm not telling you anything other than what is on the blurb of the book, okay? Well, it's based in the 1700s, I believe. It begins in the 1700s. Correct me if I'm mistaken, I might correct myself. Okay, so it's talking about two sisters, Efia and Essie, based in Ghana. Yeah, and it just talks about like the generations that follow. One grows up as a slave and one grows up to be the wife of a slave master. I love the cover. I think when I ordered it I thought I was getting the one with the yellow cover, but I got this one and I really like it. The cover is really creative. I didn't notice it before actually, how the cotton buds represent different generations and like a family tree, which is really cool. I find that really cool. Number one reason why I bought this book, African fiction has always appealed to me, and it's a whole other story. I'm not going to go into it too much right now, but basically I've always been a fan of African literature. So when I saw this one making headlines and there was so much buzz about it and all that stuff, I was like, of course, I have to get it. I need to know what all the hype is all about. Is it overhyped? You know, could it be better? I posted on my blog that I have a love-hate relationship with this book. Generally, I love this book, okay? I love the storyline. I love the style of writing. She's a beautiful writer. I love her words flow. The story is engaging. It's great. The number two reason why I bought this book is because of this review here that I'm going to read right now. I'm not actually sure what the rating on Goodreads is. I'll insert it right here. I don't really, I do go through reviews on Goodreads, but not too much because I don't like spoilers. But this review is by the Times Literary Supplement. Gyasi's debut novel has a distinctive strength and courage, a descendant of Alex Haley's roots and Toni Morrison's Beloved. Okay, so I haven't read Beloved yet, but I have read Roots. A lot of you might know the Roots series, right? I did know the series first, and then I happened to find the book in my school library many years ago. And so Roots was pivotal in my discovering of African literature. Roots is one of the best books I have ever read, and I am telling you the honest truth. I've read a lot of books and Roots is right up there. If someone was to ask me my favorite book, I would tell them Roots. So when I saw this review, saying that this book was a descendant of Roots, I was like, I need to read it. I need to see if it lives up to that review. I don't want to draw too much comparison, but I believe that in the way the story is told, so you basically get a chapter on each. Okay, let me just show you something real quick. So right on the front page, I don't know how clear this is, it doesn't really matter, but right on the front page it shows you the family tree right from their mother and the men she had Effie and Essie with, and it goes down to show you right until the very last, like the great 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 grandchildren. I had two feelings about this. One, I was grateful for it because I could follow along with whose story was connecting with whose. If it wasn't for this, it will be quite confusing. I'll probably have to write it down. It's quite detached like that, but because of this front page, it was pretty obvious which person followed along with whose line. So I'm grateful for that. At the same time, I wish it wasn't there. If I could have, I would have like glued this shut so that I wouldn't have to see what was coming next. Because of this, you have spoilers already. You know who is going to marry who. So as soon as the character meets that person in the book, you know instantly that they're going to marry this person or have a child with this person. And I really didn't like that. So if you have seen Roots, Roots is about double the size of this, right? And how Roots, even though it has the same sort of like, once this person's part of the story is over, it's over, it goes on. But with Roots, you feel a bit more connected to the characters. You feel like you've got more time to bond with them. But then with Homegoing, you find you're just getting to like a new character. You're just getting to want to know more about their story. And then all of a sudden, it's the end of the chapter, and you know instantly. It's not even like, oh, maybe it's going to continue. You know instantly that it is, it's just going to go to the next character. The chapter ends. Maybe they were a baby, maybe they weren't. And then the next chapter, they're a grown person. And you're like, there's a whole chunk of their story missing. Like, how am I supposed to connect the dots? What happened in between? I love that it does go through the generations like Roots, but I do feel that Roots sort of did it a better way. I'll dare to say that much. Roots gave you closure. Roots gave you closure. But Homegoing is like, what happened? Like, is there going to be... You can't even hope for a sequel, you know, because you know that their story is over, and you know the person has died, and it's just over like that, and it's so sad. It's really sad. But I'm not saying that I hate it. That's the hate part of the love-hate part. Okay, this flower, it's just died. I think it's dead, right? I just wish it were longer. I think that's what would rectify the love-hate in me. Like, if it were longer, if it were double the size, it would be great, because then at least I know I'd get enough time with each character. And I sort of feel that towards the end, the characters at the end don't even get like a full chapter like the way the ones in the beginning did. Obviously, they had to set the scene, so I totally get that. But even then, it's just like, why should I even get... I'm sorry, guys. I feel emotional. Like, why should I get attached to this character if I just know by the end of the... Like, in a few pages, I'm not going to know anything. I'm not going to be able to hear from them again. And I really, really liked some of the characters. Meanwhile, yes, I'll mention that each of the characters did have a real story. Like, it wasn't ridiculous. Well, some of them did feel like, really? Did that have to happen? Really? But a lot of them... it's real. It's a real story, and it's really talking about the time and how things move from when the slave trade began right until like modern day. So you get to see the whole line, and I love that it does separate what is happening in Ghana and what is happening in America, where the slaves were, traded and stuff. So I love that it parallels the two worlds, and it's just like, how crazy, and it's reality, it's what happened. So obviously she had to involve everyone from the beginning of slave trade right up to the end, and highlighting how there's still so many after effects of the slave trade. Even if half the characters had been used, it would have done it justice, because it was such a powerful story. Yeah, I think that's all I'm going to say. If you're a reader, if you're looking for something to read, especially if you're all about supporting writers in the motherland, like I'm from Ghana, but you know what I mean, right? There's just this connection, and I love African literature. It's really powerful. It's really strong. It depends, right? But I truly believe that it was worth all the hype. I'd highly recommend this book. I love it. I do. So yeah. Thank you for listening to me ramble on and get all riled up about nothing. It's just a story, right? But it's not just a story. Okay, yeah. Okay, I think I've talked a lot. I've talked too much. But thank you so much, guys. Thank you for watching this video. stay tuned for another one. I promise it won't be as long as this. Maybe only my book reviews will be this long, but yeah, you know. Yeah, so thank you. Bye guys. See you next week. Oh my gosh, like it's so beautiful. And I thought it will be the perfect book. It will be the perfect book. What? Basically, like, okay, I'm lying. Very smart. Lesson number 1.
Somewhere nice and peaceful and quiet and funny. Super sunny.
That time from when the straight. I truly begin that.